Leo, good morning, my little pussies. How you doing? So I keep hearing D names. Dan, Daniel, Danny Glover, Life Path 7, Cancerian person, Red Light District. I keep hearing District, Pete District, up north, Manchester, Leeds, Manchester. Hey, you right there, Terry? So Terry, Tanya, Tatiana, Tyler, Taro, anybody getting with T? But I definitely keep hearing like Peak District, Lake District, so that would be like going travelling, or you're just from up north. You could be Alaska or Alaska. I'm also hearing anybody L, Elzebub, Laura, Lucy, Lucifer, Louise, Linda and Belinda. Loads of L's, loads of names. So anyway, Leo, how are you doing? So this reading is completely different than what you do get over on Patreon. Okay, this is about your environment and what to be aware of. So if these stories are really not relating, I'll tell you towards the end. But this is things to be aware of around your environment. These could be home, work, arguments that are kind of coming up, social media outlets and all that sort of stuff. I'm hearing that I need an outlet. I need to get out. So there's some kind of thing of moving. Steve, if I say thing, you say Stephen King. So there might be a Steve, a Stephen, S, anybody beginning with S, or M, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. But I'm hearing my lease is about to be up and I need to get out at a certain time. So, like I said to everybody, you'll see come year 7 that everybody starts moving. We've come from year 6, 2022, which is Gemini and Capricorn, the major arcana. So that would be house, home, 6 of cups, relationship, blah, blah, blah. Moving from house, moving on, 7, tower, new beginning, fresh start. Some people being left, some people going towards. The people that are left will get something new. The people that are going will be going and traveling with people. So there's a lot of traveling all over your reading that's coming up, but it won't be happening until the end of the year. So I'm not babbling and I just kind of get on with your reading. Just a general overview of it being very important. When we come to year 7, we go into the year of the Chariot and also the Tower. Okay, this is why the economy crashed and everything and blah, blah, blah. And we have to now start rebuilding. That's also like a house, a home, estate, village, town, moving out, children moving out, going to college, blah, 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 moving in with partners, moving out from parents, blah, blah, blah. So your message was, my lease is soon up and now I have to make a decision because I'm moving. Okay, so it's like a lease to let type sort of place. So might be a fish. If I say place, you say cod, haddock, fish, Pisces, or a life path 3. So all messages are roughly going to be the same because we are Ralph, also Rachel, anybody beginning with R, also Lars, Laura, also, or R, Ralph, Ricky, Rashad, Evans, Barry. So these are just names. Sorry, I'm a psychic. But like what I'm picking up for you, or Alika, Alison, also Alison. Anybody begin with A, Abigail, also Abbott, Abbott's Ripton, Ripcord, Tom, York, Yorkshire. So people from up north in Britain. Brittany, also Brian, also man, you've got a lot of people here. These could, like I said, when I call out these names, it can be people that are in your environment. Okay, so all of this means environment. Okay, so basically what it is the lease is soon up. Time is coming to the crunch time of me moving in with a partner, moving away from house, home or village or state, country, whichever way it is that you're doing. But the lease is soon up, which means that it's coming to Christmas. After Christmas, there's going to be transition and moves. As we transition into year 7, we all start experiencing the Chariot and Cancerian type sort of life path 7 Cancerian. Between 1 and 7. So that means that everything will change completely and utterly. Okay. So I can get on with your reading, Leo. How you doing? So we're going to look into your environment and things to be aware of. Don't forget also reading code and numerology, which means on the top of a major arcana card of Leo is also an Aquarian. So you can watch this as Aquarius, Leo, or Life Path 8s. If you're wondering where your Aquarian readings are, I'll tell you at the end. Jim Morrison, Jim, Julian, Jason, Jackie, Jasmine also. So let's see. So for Leo, Justice, Libra. There's a Libra energy here also. Let's go. Tesco. Someone works at Tesco's like Emily. Emily works at Tesco's. Yes, my girlfriend is a Leo. So let's see. So you might work at a supermarket store or something like that. I'm also in Dalwhinton. So I'm hearing supermarket sweep. So someone that's in a same-sex relationship to men, okay, or 2 women, doesn't really matter. But I'm hearing Dale, Danielle, Danny, Dale, Yorkshire Dales, also someone from up north here. It's actually where I'm going on the 22nd. Anyway, let's just see Leo, so I can get on with your reading. Leo. Anything for Leo to be aware of during December 2022 for Leo? Okay, so you've got looking you up, Leo. So someone is looking you up. Let's see what it says. Reaching you, studying you, getting info on you, and looking you up on phones, information gathering. So it's got to be Gavin, Stacey, Sarah, Steve, Sassy, Cece. But this is just an air sign, I would say, that's gathering up a load of information. Now, it might be the fact that you are travelling and you're looking on your phone to think, ooh, let's just have a quick browse to find out where we could go, what we could do. So there seems to be a lot of phone research, okay? Doesn't have to always be bad, Leo. But what I am picking up is that I'm always on my phone, constantly digging up information, maybe on other people, okay, digging up info on other people, but it could also be I'm doing a lot of studying, okay, so I need to figure out where to go, when to go, money, blah, 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 and I've got to work everything out and study where we're going, because there is a travelling energy. So like lease, let, all this sort of stuff. Where could I go? When can I go? All this sort of stuff. So it's a lot of analytical energy. Okay, so you've also got karmic friends. Can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Okay, so if you are experiencing anything that is karmic around your friends at this time, these may not be friends. And I'm also hearing, how can we be lovers if we can't be friends? And how can we be friends if we can't be lovers? So it might be where a friend is in a soulmate situation with someone, believing that this person, they want this person to be more than a friend, but the other person possibly doesn't. So what you've got is someone that is searching up maybe to find out if someone is single, okay, and I need to find out if they're single and if we can actually be more than just friends, okay. So that might be you, but I really am picking up that it might be someone that's studying you in the background here, okay. So they're kind of like losing concentration. Oh, there's a picture. Yeah, that's a computer in the background there. It's kind of like someone is the vibe of what I'm picking up so far, okay, Sophie, also Sarah, Steve, Sassy, Cece, Sandra, Casino, Cassie, you alright, Cassie? But like, you got to give me time to get out all of the stories, Leo, because they're not all, you know, I've got to go with a story, find another one, okay? So just be patient. So at the moment, what I'm picking up is that there are messages here around someone digging up information, maybe to find out if this person that could have been a lover in the past actually is attached to another person, and what they're doing is coming up as a detached, attached kind of energy. They're trying to attach themselves onto someone, but they're trying to look up to try and find if you are single or not, okay? Now, this might be you or your partner. When I say not, I pick up like a Life Path 3 or a Piscean. But it could be a friend. Like, it could have been someone that was a friend in the past, but I also pick up for some of you that this friend was also someone that you could have been, or they could have been in a relationship in the past. And it's kind of, that's one energy. Now, there's another energy here where it's just telling you to be aware of your friends, okay? If you've got a lot of friends and you've got a lot of argumentative, competitive people that are showing up to be your friends, but you kind of think, man, my friends all of a sudden are just being very fucking shady, okay? Then just be very careful around your friends, because karmic lessons do show up in the form of people, okay? So, Leo, what should Leo be aware of in their environment that's coming up for December 2022 for Leo? For December 2022, Leo. Let's see, ain't shit. So you got ain't shit. So basically you're telling this person, look, it really doesn't matter, I'm possibly in a relationship anyway, so don't come near me. So basically someone thinks that this person isn't worth the time and isn't worth the effort, whether you look them up or whether you don't. If you know them and you've stalked the shit out of them and hounded them down, someone here is getting really pissed off. Now, when I say they, or you can take whoever you like, okay, but what it's saying is that someone is studying, spying and watching and doing so much research, Okay, it's coming up as someone that may have been from the past that you may know of, and your opinion is, or their opinion is that you ain't shit. Now, the only reason why I have to say they or your is because you get cross-watchers, people believing that Leo that's watching are the people to blame, but it isn't you, Leo, because you're watching. Do you know what I'm saying? It would be their partner. Why people hate and cross-watch on a tarot reading for the people that they think are watching that are Leo, take it out on your partner. Like, you know, I don't get it. But let's see. So, Leo. Leo. It is. People think, yeah, it's because of him and I hate this. When it's not Leo's fault or anyone else's fault, right? They're not the ones that are watching. They're more than likely women or men that are just kind of like, you know. Let's see. Leo. Anything for Leo to be aware of. We will clarify these as well, Leo. So you've got ignoring. So someone is literally ignoring this person, and they believe that the best tactic is to forget this person, okay? To literally forget them, okay? You can look up all you like, okay? It really doesn't matter. But how I think is that you really ain't shit, and you really ain't worth the time and effort of me doing it. So I'm basically just going to ignore you, okay? So that's what the person wants to do. So if you keep coming up against a brick wall and you're realising that this person isn't listening or paying attention and they're really not bothered, there's a sign for you, okay, or for anybody. Could be a life path 4 or a Scorpio, okay. Let's see. Because the sign, the method is in the madness, and the sign is in, okay, how do I listen to my intuition? I'll keep trying with this person, but they don't seem bothered. There you go. Right, here, Leo. So, what has Leo got coming up, please? So I've actually done your weekly reading and your monthly reading, and it is actually really good. So these are just what to be aware of if the messages are relating. If you want more of them, then you have to go to Patreon. But again, it's this lonely, it's like this third energy here that seems to be lingering around of like this, I'm constantly feel as if I'm lonely, okay, and that I need someone to attach to. And because no one will attach to me, they're always ignoring me, they're never talking to me, they think and feel that I'm not worth their time, and they just keep ignoring me and making me feel more and more lonely. Why would this person do that? It's because, you see, the one word I hate is I've been trying to detach. You can't detach from memories. You can't detach from anything. Okay, you can move on, okay, but it'll always be there. It will always be there, okay. My whole journey is always still there. You can remember when you were like 6 or 7, right? So you're never going to forget anything. You can't detach from a memory, okay, unless you're brainwashed, but, you know, depends if you're schizophrenic. So you've got, like, ignoring, lonely, karmic friends. I feel like I don't have any friends, I don't have anyone, blah, blah, blah. I need someone to rely on, but there is no one. So whoever's being taught this valuable lesson here is being taught a valuable lesson about getting to know themselves, okay? Because I would say that this person spends that much time thinking about other people that they actually avoid themselves, okay? Now, the only way you can work on yourself is by concentrating on your body, not your mind. If your mind starts drifting off towards this person that's saying no and that they're not interested at all, this could be a mother or father, okay, but they're not interested and they're not showing any signs of being interested, then what you need to do is stop thinking about the person, okay, because what you're feeling isn't real, okay. You're probably just in a metaphysical state of feeling, but your mind is showing you there's no signs of life here. Okay, now, I'm also picking up where someone is also grieving as well, like they're spending a lot of time grieving, okay, or Stephen, but like spending a lot of time grieving. So, let's find out what this looking you up is for. Who is this that's looking up Leo? Who is this that's looking up Leo? So, you've got a 2 upright. Sorry, because I've got just a couple that are in reverse. So it could be a Libra, okay? It could be a Libra that's constantly looking, but it's an air sign. I'm constantly looking up and looking up and looking up. Why is this person looking up? Because like I said, it's with this whole array of cards here, it's making someone think very negatively. So that might be why people are being avoided. people avoid people that are very negative. If they're very outwardly projected, they get rejected. If they're very outwardly blame, okay, and they outwardly come out with things that are very negative in their conversation, okay, when you have a chat and you have a discussion with someone and they're always about, oh my God, like on the TV and blah, 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 and this isn't going right and that isn't going right. It's like going out for a really good night out and you sit there with someone that's fucking depressed as shit, talking about their ex all night, okay, and how bad their life is and everything else. Suddenly that starts to have an effect on you where you're like, Jesus Christ, man. Suddenly I feel really tired and exhausted having to keep listening to how bad life is, okay, how I'm not getting things. That is an awful energy to be able to project onto someone. So if you've got someone that is constantly always worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying, that might be this person going further down and down and down, worrying that I'm never going to have anyone, worrying that I'm on my own, worrying that I will never see this through, you know, and that's a lot of energy to cope with from another person's perspective, okay? So like I said, if it's you, the only thing you can do is piss me off, well, not piss me off, but have a go at me, dislike and run off, or you can listen and change. It's up to you, okay? But what's this number 2 doing? Why is this 2 of Pentacles here? What are they doing? Thinking, spying, cross-watching, spying, thinking, doing a hell of a lot of it. And it might be a mother to a child, or a child to a mother. But like I said, if you have always fought a losing battle to try and get something back that isn't happening, that's because time is taking something away from you. So all it's doing is taking more time, okay, by you keep trying to think, watch, spy, think of how can I do more research on this person. So this is an analytical energy, very much air sign driven. Okay, very much like dig up info, dig up info, dig up information. The TV, like war, crime, like everything, like dig up more info, more info, more information, more information. And that's what that means, gathering more information on other people than what they are themselves here. Okay, so this person's completely avoiding themselves here. Okay, so what is karmic friends for? Why is karmic friends here for? Karmic friends. So, oh dear, man, it's coming up as a mother. So it could, like I said, this could be a family situation. You know, it's going to show you the most dynamic situation going on. Now, like I said, if you're with a partner and you know that your partner goes through this is what's in your environment. It's including another person in your environment, you see. So this is why people are, I don't get, it's not really relating, okay, because it relates to what goes on in your environment with the people that are inside of it. If there's no one in it, that's because someone's very negative. Now, it could be coming from one's mother, okay, where a mother keeps trying to be friendly with children, where children are not your friends, okay? So it's kind of like it's coming up as a karmic mother that's trying to be friends with their children, but their children don't want a friend. They want a mother, but the mother is obsessed. So they think and think and think and think. This could be a life path for a Scorpio. Okay. Right, I'm not kidding. I'm not blaming the people. I'm just saying that through my many years' experience of knowing many mothers that are life path 4s or have Scorpio placements, one of their very big outlets or traits is obsession about children. Is obsession about children. Okay. So it's coming up in this message where a mother is trying to overprotect but underprotect but very confuse a child. Okay, between friends, like trying to like be friendly, okay, but I'm trying to be friendly, but what I'm trying to talk to you about is all the negative stuff that you're not to do. So it's still a projection. I'm trying to talk to you by guiding you to stop you from making your own mistakes, or stop you from making your own decisions, from not letting you go, from not letting you breathe. Okay, so this could be a fear of engulfment that someone picks up where they keep avoiding this person because they don't want to be trapped into a conversation of all of the negative shit that comes their way. So they have a lot to deal with their karmic family. And that might be when year 7 comes, people start to be like, I can't keep living like this in this environment because it's not doing me any good. Because your environment is what makes you close down and grasp hold of it, makes you isolate. Okay, you take on a 9 energy. which means Virgo. Okay, so I can't breathe, I can't see my way out, I've fucking got no idea. In order to end this, I need to end the circumstance that I'm in, which means that if it's coming across as very negative and God knows what else, the only way out is by changing my environment, not the person. I can change my environment. When my environment gives me loads of pleasure, I give myself time and pleasure that I'm now open for life to begin. Okay, but I can't do that when my mother still has a huge attachment on me. So if there are people or your partner that is going to be moving from this environment come next year when we go into year 7, this person here is going to get like a rude awakening of being forced to work on themselves here. Okay, so let's see. Well, I mean, it's telling you to be aware of, but like I said, some people, they're aware, but they don't have action to do it. Okay, so they're like, yeah, Steve, I'm fully aware that this is going on, but I have no plan of escape. Okay, so like I said, you can keep doing it until the year after. But there are preparations that you need to do, saving money, making your plan to go, okay, where, ain't shit. So what's this ain't shit? King of Pentacles, so it could be an ex-husband and a wife that are constantly bickering over the child, digging up loads of information on when's my child coming. All I can think about is my child and how much you destroyed my life and how much I destroyed your life and you destroyed me and I destroyed you. And now the thing that we are destroying is our child because we're bickering with one another constantly, Rebecca. Okay, so now we're bickering, and now all of the things that you've taken from me, now I blame you for that too. So these people are in a world of hate, of blame here. Okay, blaming the way life turned out, more than likely here. Okay, doing a lot of thinking. Now, on a general level, or Jen, Julian, Jason, Jackie, Jeremy, on a general level, this person's all about researching. Constantly, you've got to have a Virgo placement or a Life Path 9 energy here. Research. If a Virgo can research in the right way, they're brilliant at research. Absolutely brilliant at research. But if they do it in a negative way, okay, they can find themselves going into a deep hole, okay, digging themselves more of a hole. Because if their research of what they're researching is negative research, you know, where they keep coming up against no answer because of it being 9 and not a 10, they can never get enough information, so they keep digging for more and more and more and more and more and more. That could be a mother. I never seem to have enough input into your life where I need to keep asking you loads of questions, but the questions that I'm asking you are annoying you, and I know that because all I talk to you about is negative stuff all the time. Like, I can only seem to interact with you by telling you all of the stuff that's really bad in life, which is what I'm not to do, because I am a spiritual person, okay, that likes to keep a fresh mind that is positive, and I can only do that by not being in this circumstance, which means the person's forcing the person to ignore them, but they don't get why they're being ignored. It doesn't compute in their mind here. Okay, so let's see. Ignoring. So ignoring, who is that? So it's a Piscean. What do you know? I knew this vibe had a Pisces in it. Yeah. Hello, Emily. I'm a Pisces. But here, ignoring. A Pisces or a Pisces is involved in this situation, or a Life Path 3, and this person here's family dynamic of karma is fucked. Here it is. They've destroyed each other because of the negativity. Like I said, negativity can be someone that constantly worries about money all of the time. Like, they worry about money. And this person's kind of like, will you stop worrying about money? Stop talking about goddamn money. It's always money. It's always what we haven't got, what we can't afford. Like, not believing the fact that you're just safe. You know, you got a fucking roof over your head. You know, you're breathing. Why do you constantly, like... Some people get into this and I don't understand why, but they watch the news. Do any of you watch television? I don't. But like, you watch the news, and the news is constantly full of like how the economy and how bad it's doing, and like constantly checking up on money, living day to day, and like, oh, before I know it, in 2 or 3 days time I haven't got any money. And then they're kind of like, oh my God, life is so draining and tiring because we haven't got any money and we can't afford it. And when you tell people that, this king can be like, oh, well, I have, you know, you might not have, But keep having such a negative approach about it, and something might happen. But they don't. So it's forcing this king to just think, oh, bollocks, man, I can't. I can't deal with it. Okay, I got my own shit to deal with, Felicia. I've just, I'm abundant, I'm happy, I'm fucking loving, I'm caring, okay, or Karen or a care worker, but I care. So it's kind of like, no, you don't, because you ignore me. It's like, it doesn't mean I don't care. What it means is stop fucking analysing and digging up information on my life or my love life. Stop interfering in it, okay? You're not the saviour of the universe, God damn it. Okay, so what's lonely? So like I said, this could be your partner or your mother or their circumstance that they're going through. It's giving you the answers if you're in a partnership to ease up. Lonely. Why is this person lonely? Who is it that's lonely in this dynamic? Is a 4, Scorpio or a life path 4. Now, like I said, if you get a life path 4 mum, okay, they become obsessed. They become literally obsessed because they take on the major arcana card of Aries and Scorpio, death card and Aries, right? So they can become very in their own mind and in their own head, okay, by not releasing, not letting go, okay, not relaxing. Just like, oh, more tension, more tension, more tension. And it's draining. It's draining them, but they keep doing it themselves. But what it's doing is making this person tired. Because of the amount of times this person's in their head, it makes them tired. It makes them tired, literally does. Because it's draining their dopamine. Dopamine. I don't want to go into it again. You guys have probably heard me. I'm going to do a whole section on the teaching tier, on the gold tier, about how important adrenaline and dopamine is. Okay. Because basically dopamine is the rush that you get before you have sex. The urge that you feel of that you've got to have it right now. But holding yourself at a certain dopamine level attracts energy because it makes you feel really like you're ready to get going, okay? But in a good, positive manner, okay? So if you can use that to your advantage later on about learning about oneself, it's how your body works, right? So anyway, what you've got here is a very frustrated person that lives within a dynamic of karma where they can't breathe and they can't do anything themselves. This person tries to do it all for them, take life over for you. So it comes up as controlling because I have to do it for you. Okay, but it can be like where you're doing something and they take it straight out of your hand. No, I'm doing it, and you're like, oh, hold on a minute, bruv, I was just going to do that. And you're like, no, I'll do it, and they're off, and you're like, okay. And then before you know it, when you live there for quite a while, your environment becomes where you give up on life because you know someone's going to do it for you all the time. I've lived in it, okay? So, like, if you live on your own, brilliant, you become self-sufficient, you do it all on your own. When some people are forced to go back into a parenting situation, if you get a very controlling parent, they like to control everything. The money, the mortgage, the house, the home, the bills, the cooking, the cleaning, the everything, okay? So they can be obsessed about everything, okay? So what they can do is they can take away your dignity and they can take away your independence, which means that they do everything for you and you learn by that, which means that they stop you from learning. So you kind of like, oh no, I'm just going to do my washing. Oh no, I'll do it. And then kind of like, I was just, oh, okay. So then what you think is, oh, I'm just going to get on with my life and I don't have to do anything because they do it all. Eventually you get used to that because when you try, they take it away from you. So you don't learn anything, okay? You basically learn to get frustrated and fed up that you don't learn any independence because they're trying to do it all for you, which does come up as a loving, caring person, but it's still wrong way of doing it because it's not teaching a person how to be independent. So they try to take their independence away from them so they actually stop learning about their own self. So it drains them, it tires them because they come used to being very tired and I don't have a routine. My routine would be get up, do, wash, shower, blah, 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 then do some washing, do some cooking, do some cleaning, do all that, get all my priorities set for the day, get everything out. When all that's done for you, you relax into that environment. You kind of think, well, there's nothing I really have to do apart from just this. And then you become more of a hermit, and more of a hermit energy. So, any of you know what I'm talking about there? You ever experienced that at all? Or are you, or is your partner? But there you go. So that's what you've got, guys. Now, if you want a different reading, completely and utterly, where it expresses your love life and everything that's coming up, that's very good also, okay? It's not really your environment. It's kind of like things to be aware of, what your love life's looking like, your work life and everything else. That is over on Patreon. So you'll need either the bronze, silver or gold. It's on all three, okay? They're done before anything is over on here. If you don't see anything on here, it's because you have to go over to Patreon at the moment. Okay, I'm also going on holiday for 2 days, so if you're kind of like, where's readings and where are they? You've got to go over to Patreon, okay, at the moment, okay, until I get going. But like, you know, Patreon always has every single star sign, all 12. Okay, but like I said, bronze tier is like $2 or $3, $4, I think, and you get like 2 monthly readings within a month cycle. Silver tier is all the monthlies, all the weeklies, so it's like 62, 64. And then the other one is the gold tier, where there's got all the teaching stuff on it and stuff that I do also. So they're constantly over there as well. So it just builds up and there's more there. So okay, so take your choice. Any like, share, comment, subscription. But all links are provided below. Thanks very much, Leo. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on your next reading.